there hasn't been a time where I've followed my intuition and I've thought, oh, you've let me down there.
Yeah.
You've let me down there in a compass. There hasn't been a time that, I can honestly say that as well. There has been times where I've thought, oh, what the, you know. You just said I've been looking for love in all the wrong places. And I have. But it's made me realise, you know, I've got an amazing family here.
Yeah.
An amazing wife, 2 kids. And that really hit home. I was like, wow, because part of me wanted to come back for nostalgic purposes. And I think, you know, speaking honestly, I thought I was going to stay here. Because you are, it's like your divine masculine and feminine energy. The feminine is there to receive and help support the masculine.
Yeah.
You know, the masculine is there to give and, you know, support her as well. So it's like a divine union.
So welcome back to another episode of Disciples of Truth. This week we have Liam Howard on from Sovereign Spirit 369. And it like a last minute pulling, wasn't it? But thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
How did your journey start, really?
Like awakening.
Yeah,
Spiritual awakening. Funny one that, like, because I was initially thinking, was it this, was it that? I think it started when I just followed my heart.
Yeah.
And I actually met my wife whilst I was in the military. I served in the army, and all of my like parts of my brain, my ego were like, oh, she lives in a different country, it's blah blah blah, all of these different, you know, which for me is quite a lot.
Yeah, guilty.
I just decided to just follow this feeling and was like, you know, fuck all that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
I was like, no, like I'm not listening to that, and I think that is probably when it began.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, 4 or 5 years ago when all that craziness happened, I think that, you know, bumped it up a bit as well.
Yeah.
You know.
What were you first, like you say that you went in the army as well, had you been in from being a young lad?
No, that's a story in itself, but real quick, I wanted to join as soon as I left school.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to join the Marines at first.
Yeah.
And I didn't weigh enough. You have to like weigh like, I think it was like 65 kilo at the time.
Right.
And I was like 63 wringing wet. Like just after finishing.
What's going to happen?
Yeah, it wasn't going to happen. And I was like, no way. So I applied for the Yorkshire Regiment Infantry, which was the army. They didn't have that weight like cap. And I got in and I went to Catterick. And I did training at Catterick. But then I got medically discharged because I had an inhaler.
You're right, yeah.
When I was a kid, which I say when I was a kid, it got prescribed like maybe when I was 14, and there had to be like a 3 or 4 year gap. Yeah. I don't know, because it was a while ago.
You could only get your TA, they wouldn't let him in.
So I really wanted to join, man, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was just, you know, young, and I wanted to prove myself, I guess, and probably seek some like external validation from people. So I went to college, did personal training, got myself fit.
Yeah.
And then I rejoined when I was 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you serve?
So I was in the logistics, so nothing, you know, special. I was Her Majesty's frontline blanket stacker. But no, I didn't do any tours or anything like that. No, Iraq and everything, Afghan, that all died down when I joined.
Yeah.
I was very lucky to go to Belize pretty much on my last year.
Yeah.
I had a great time in the army, mate. It was good. Cool. But it was only good because of the friends that were in at the time.
Yeah.
The job itself, I know people might get a bit frustrated hearing this, but even some of the, you know, elite level guys, whether it be like infanteers or whatnot, they all do the same thing. Yeah. In a sense of when they're not on exercise, you're back in your barracks and you're doing these quite mundane jobs. Yeah. Like mopping the hangar floors and just pointless stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, whilst I was in Belize, I did a year in Belize or thereabouts. Very fortunate. I was the only person out of my entire regiment to get offered that job to be a full-time staff of the Belize training centre. Oh, it was ace. It was class.
Yeah.
All of my troop at the time, all went out drinking on the weekends. Had a bit of a bad experience one time, and I was like, you know what? I think that's enough on the booze.
Yeah.
And then just really just got my head down, started to get fit, and I played this video game. It's called Old School RuneScape. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No.
Yeah, it's like a 30-year-old game, man.
Is it?
It's old, and I met the missus on that. So
did you?
yeah, bit of a long-winded explanation, but yeah.
Oh, cool.
And and fell in love, and was like, you know what? It's my time to leave.
And then moved on to stay.
We sued the government and won. So when all that madness was taking place, the flights and all that were, a bit weird.
Yeah.
But they were letting athletes and celebrities on celebrity visas and stuff fly, but they weren't letting family visas fly, or like fiance visas or marriage visas, and that really wasn't okay.
Yeah.
So we joined like this big lawsuit and won. And basically got all of our like immigration papers.
Didn't work out that bad then.
Didn't work out bad at all, no. Yeah, no, it didn't. We've had our ups and downs, but no, it's all worked out perfectly, man.
Cool. So what's in regard to these? What's core principles or values do you carry with your time in the army?
Oh. I'm just trying to remember what are the core principles and all that. Which is kind of funny, because I think that in itself is when times get a bit, they don't seem fun.
Yeah.
I think for me, maybe it's just who I am, but I do think the army has helped with that.
Yeah.
Is just having a laugh.
Yeah.
When times are like pretty crap. Just making the fun out of the moment, I guess.
Yeah.
Because that does help me personally.
What it's got to do on it is you've got to find the fun in life.
Yeah.
Because it'll bring you down to your knees.
But yeah, I mean, also I know how to iron.
Yeah.
I've never done it since I've left. Probably never will.
Yeah, ironing.
Yeah.
That was the deal when we did this house. I says I'll build most of it. I says, but I'm not ironing once we're moving.
Never doing it again.
No, I'm not even good at it. I can take lines out of walls. No, not for me.
But yeah, those are the main two. I suppose another one as well is the army sort of taught me, when you think something's finished, it's like, oh, I can relax now. The military, they do a really good job at this in training, I think. I don't know now because stuff has changed.
Yeah.
It's called like fake endings. It's like you think you're done, and then you've got another obstacle.
Yeah.
And that does break a lot of people. A lot of people don't like that. But I really like that. It really encouraged me. It was like, oh, get in. Another thing.
Yeah, well, that's life, isn't it? It's like, there's another... I see life as a computer game anyways. Once you've hit one level, you're going to go through to the next. You've got to do certain things to go on to the next one. It'd be pretty boring if they want another task and if it were the same. I think that's what brought on my spiritual awakening, was seeing how mundane life had got. I was just repeating the same program, same patterns, and it was just, there's got to be more to life. So I was begging for that next gear and next level, and lo and behold,
yeah, comes big as all the rest.
How have you found it, the spiritual awakening?
Oh man, I don't think I would change it for the world. Yeah. It's hard as well. Like, it's so hard to compartmentalize in words to people who they're on their own journey and whatnot. But I think the best way I'd describe it is just like, like when you're a kid.
Yeah. I'm
not speaking for every child out there, because I know there's probably some children that have had like awful, upbringings and stuff. But there was a time when I was a kid when I, just little snippets of looking back where I just like, whatever this is, Earth, whatever you want to call it just felt magical. It felt like, I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, all of that like went away, and I was like looking at the adults like what? Like, you're bothered about like a 905 and a car, but like we've got like, what is this?
Yeah.
And it's like remembering that. So it's beautiful.
Yeah. Getting back into that childlike state.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like it did for me, is like realised, open my eyes up to, there's more to life than my life was football every weekend. Like, that's all it was. And same shit. And, like the next boxing fight or out with lads, and it's now you realise that it opens your perception up to so many things that I want to do, so many new places that you want to go and take the family on. And life's about experiences, not the same experience repeated over and over.
That's a really beautiful way of putting it. Is remembering to be like a child again.
Yeah.
And my own 2 boys now, so I'm getting to watch them through my own eyes, which is a beautiful thing as well.
Yeah. And
I mean, learn a lot from them every day.
How is fatherhood thing? Because we were on about off air, weren't we? About what's the 2 biggest spiritual awakening lessons, and you like parenthood.
This was on have you ever tried Threads?
No. Yes. I've seen it's off of Instagram, isn't it?
Yeah, I tried that a little bit. I took a break from social media and stuff now and here, but I looked into that and I was like, seen a thread. It was like, what's the most potent tool or whatever for spiritual awakening? And I wasn't really being serious, but I suppose I was. I was like, have children, because it can be, but it also can be the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And life as a dad I think it's so beautiful, and I don't want to take any of it for granted. Because it's so special, and that is where I'm at right now. Like we were saying off air, is I just want to be a conscious parent. I want to be present with them, because I've got a dad, and he was sort of there but not there, and I don't want to repeat that. Same there, same.
I mean, I find myself as a lot of times, but even when you tell it off, you go away and reflect, and you're like, well, that's the right way of doing it. Was there recently I've had it where I've raised my voice to him today, and he's like, you said you wanted to raise your voice, and I'm like, but you also said you were going to do these things, and you haven't done them. So you've repeatedly gone against the grain with it, where they are simple things, but then there's consequences also to it. And then that you find yourself in double binds a little bit.
And that is huge what you just said, mate. Because just the fact that you're aware of it, that is massive. Like, that is so huge.
It's hard because I'm very over analytical myself as well, and I don't want to do but there's also attitude from him when he's brought it today. He's overly tired, and he has laid it on us today. And I even check with Zoe. I said, have I been out of line? She's like, no, he doesn't need telling in that instance. Because they're very clever as well. If you let them have an still take
they are,
and you also don't want to imprint bad traits on them. So you're walking that tightrope with yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I think our job as parents is we're not there to dominate. We're there to regulate. But if we're going to regulate them, we must regulate ourselves first. Because I know if I'm in a bad mood, I can't, be at my most present, top of my game. I need to take care of my energy first. I think is
there's always mentioned that other day. She went, you are not great if I'm not great. And it's very rare if Zoe's not if Zoe's maybe a bit hot-headed with it, which is very rare, but she's like, you'll flip straight away, you'll go off my energy rather than being grounded down into it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
That is something that I've definitely experienced with me and Cecilia, but I think it's just because you're so not I don't want to say codependent. Maybe I am. Maybe I probably am. To some extent, but I think because we're so around each other's energy all the time, energy is contagious.
Oh yeah, 100%. You look at the spaces that you come in and out of. We went to work on Friday and it was just bad energy in there. For one reason or another, and I came home and I was full on, and I could feel myself. And he went, "You all right?" And I went, "I just need to go out and do an exercise or something to just get it out of me because it were overpowering." And you're also doing homeschooling at the moment, aren't you?
Yep.
How's that going?
Pretty good. I mean, I've got a 42-year-old.
Yeah, so it's not.
It's not we're not in the algebra books yet.
Yeah.
We started basic stuff. It's good, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's I wish that I had a village. I wish that I had family members that were more involved and more conscious or whatever. But I also understand they're all on their own journey as well. And it's been quite hard to swallow. And, you know, I've spent every single day with my kids.
Yeah.
I'm not going to look at that as a negative. I'm actually so lucky to have experienced that. So it's testing sometimes, but I know that it's going to benefit them.
Is that like what the vision is for what is the vision that you're wanting to bring forth now, like for work relations?
Well, I'm just in I'm like trying to just surrender now.
Yeah.
I'm in like the surrender stage. I'm trying not to plan. I'm trying not to overthink because I've been doing that, and to an extent it has been working.
Yeah.
Because it always works out.
Yeah.
But I'm completely surrendering. I'm going back to Thailand.
Yeah.
We were planning on going back to America, and that's not going to happen anytime soon. So we're just gonna see where it goes.
Yeah. Well, life's a journey, isn't it?
It is, yeah. That's like I was saying to you. The plan is no plan, which sounds like a pretty good plan.
Well, it's not knowing how it's going to unfold as well. It's quite. I was saying with us, we were on about maybe selling the house. So like that's where I really got a big excitement of not knowing what like it was going to be an adventure. You're only here once, so like, but like Zoe likes everything planned out, and normally I do. Like we planned both as children of when we were going to have them, and we had rooms ready and all house or whatever. And it's like she wants everything pinned down now. And you thought, wouldn't it be more exciting if we just didn't have it for once and see what happens? Because it will all work out.
Well, yeah, it always will, no matter what. Like, that's just how it is, and I think that's just one of the ways. I think our egos they are designed to keep us safe because they feel unsafe with the unknown. But just from my own experience, like this is just my own personal journey for the last 5, coming up almost 6 months now, of just completely traveling, putting all of our stuff in storage, and just saying let's do this. There's been so much unknown, but with that has been so much growth.
Yeah.
And you don't even know it. Like you don't even know it just until you reflect. And
how hard is that letting go? Like at that point when you were selling your stuff, well,
it was exciting, mate. What you were just saying, it was so exciting.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, because we were both ready. Like we were both ready to go. Like we were ready to just expand into this new whatever it is, this new horizon of growth. So it was really exciting. Yeah, it was scary. I'm gonna like. There's no problem. It wasn't. It was like it's just scary. I mean, like there's just us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, family they're there and they're not there, but there is no one's gonna show up for me and my kids like we do. Me and my wife.
Yeah.
That's period.
I found that recently. Were you finding on your journeys over in Thailand or Bali that there were other conscious parents trying to do the same thing?
To be perfectly honest, we were out every day. We actually went to, when we were in Bali, that was amazing. They do well over here. It's like a cafe where you can get food and all that, and then they've got like an outdoor like climbing frame and
that's my idea.
And swimming pools and all this stuff for kids, and basically babysitters, like members of staff in there, like watching the kids, and it was like soak sheep and stuff. But sadly, no one didn't meet any conscious parents. I also didn't meet no like parents that were kind of like younger like parents as well, But that's all right because I know I'm aligning to that.
Yeah.
But I didn't know actually. No. I thought I would as well.
Yeah.
Especially in Bali, I really thought I would.
See, that's the idea that I'm wanting to bring forth at the moment. It's the calf. I want to do it's like a play centre gym, but then it has like slides and stuff, but also calisthenics for
parents can work out.
For parents as well as the kids, and have an assault course with a time lapse that you can do so you might you might get a free meal. And then all the food is seasonal food as well that's cooked throughout, and like juices and stuff. And then having it big enough for all the chairs to be put away that you have exercise events on a morning, and it can be also hired out on the night and have it as a community hub.
That'd be great, man.
That's what before I go questing, it's like, do I build one here or do we go elsewhere? Like, We'll see. We'll see.
Is there anywhere intuitively that you are feeling? Go on.
I've just spoke to a couple of people. It's in Leeds, so I've got to go look at them this week. So, well, if I can go before we go on quest. But I want to find out where I'm supposed to be. Because then I'm also tied up at the moment is it just do what if I carry out the visions that I've been given them for a reason, and then it unfolds as it's supposed to unfold. Like, is that part of it? Am I just trying to find myself and get the answers of there's no right or wrong answer in what you're doing? It's like, it's always going to bring you back to the same place anyway. But that's, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're just thinking you're just going a long way around.
Yeah. I like I said, we were talking earlier about intuition and stuff like that. There hasn't been a time where I've followed my intuition and I've thought, oh, you've let me down there.
Yeah.
You've let me down there in a compass. There hasn't been a time that, I can honestly say that as well. There has been times where I've thought, oh, what the, like,
Yes.
about a few days ago, didn't have a clue what we were doing.
Yeah.
Didn't have a clue, and then it all came together. From following my intuition, but there hasn't been a time where it's
just for listeners, like, when you're talking about follow your intuition, how do you perceive that, or how do you tap into your own intuition? I know that everyone's got different ways.
Yeah, everyone's got different ways and tools. Like, I could speak to the viewers now and be like, sit down and meditate in a cave for 12 hours, and but everyone's got their own different tools, like, breathing, sit still, going out in nature, walks. I've found it's usually that first thought that doesn't involve fear, and it can also be very subtle because we've actually we haven't been taught it. We don't get taught it in school. Our mum and dads haven't taught us it, and if they have, then they're probably conscious parents. You already know what it is anyway.
Yeah.
And it's that gut feeling, that you just know it's right. Sometimes it's in the heart as well. Sometimes they're in union. Like, your heart just knows.
Yeah.
And it's an emotional feeling as well. That's what I've found with my own personal experience.
Because it's funny as well, like, even teachings of Jesus and stuff, in Bible they don't promote meditating. And say, like, it's even like, if Jesus was still about, if he were a real person, he'd be telling people to meditate. Like, that's part of practice. Because it is getting to know yourself and like, really double down on what voices are meant for you, and what is, like, what you're saying, everything that's trapped to fear isn't what your sole purpose is.
It's a funny one, meditation, because I didn't believe it at first either. Like, I didn't believe any of this, but intuitively I thought, well, how are you going to know, Liam, if you don't actually go and do it? Because it's like that saying of, like, riding a horse and reading about riding it. You're not going to know what it's actually like if you ride it.
It's the experience, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's also kind of, like, paradoxical as well, because if you're meditating and you're looking for an experience, then you're probably meditating, I don't want to say for the wrong reasons, but sometimes you might not have any visions or anything.
Yeah.
And that's okay too, it's part of the process.
Yeah. When I were heavily meditating, there were a strong bit where I was looking for experience, because I'd had a couple of experiences like that, and I was chasing it. But then once you realise you just let go and it's all about cutting off the attachment of an end product, I think, is when the magic happens, is when you haven't got your mind fixated on how it's going to go, because the universe will always supply a much better ending than the one that you've carved out anyway. And I think you can put that resistance up to it, can't you?
Yeah.
It's how I don't want to word this right. How important is it that you've got a strong partner within this journey?
Oh.
And has your relationship grown to, like, coincided together in your belief system, or how did you both?
It's both been very, like, balanced, and there's been times where, like, I've seen, like, Cecilia, like, rise and me fall, and then I've seen her me rise and her fall, and then us both come together, and just from traveling alone into the unknown, right? Like, it seems a bit mad, like what we're doing. We've got kids, we just go near there and everywhere and hoping that it'll all work out. We've gotten so much stronger. So I'd say it's really important, like, you know, to have like the person closest to you on that similar page, but at the same time, if you're happy on how you are, that shouldn't even matter anyway.
No, it's like, because she doesn't get everything that I am doing, but she supports it 100%. Like,
yeah.
But it's very hard for Zoe to support some stuff. Like, she hasn't got an outlet to talk to. Like, when you're going through normal shit, and I'm not meaning like I'm better than anyone else, I'm just saying like going back from my old life normal, I say normal, like watching football, or like you engage in normal activities. I keep on saying normal. But, like, she can't, like that quest this week that I'm going to be going on, well, by the time this is aired, it'll be a few weeks after. But not going in the forest and going on a drive fast for 4 days. She ain't got anyone that she can speak to in her friend circle where they're going to give her support or any encouragement. They're going to say exactly what her mind's thinking is. I don't fucking get it. It's weird. But it's more of a quest to find my inner soul.
Can I tell you a funny story, Dad?
Go on.
You know what you were saying there about like normal?
Yeah.
So, me and Cecilia went in there. You've got to go in a pub in England. I mean, it's been like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
We went in a pub and had a pint, right? We were sat down, mate, and like, I don't know, it was just like really funny. We were just like, oh, this is what humans do. And then we were like laughing and we were like, we sound like aliens or something. And we were like, it was just really funny. So I know what you mean with that.
Yeah. It's like, I got the same person anymore. And I can't even, like now, you driving up and down the UK and you go past pubs and there's mobility scooters outside pubs. There's one outside every single one.
Everyone, yeah.
Or around the walk. And I'm like, you can see it's poison and it's fucking them up. But they can't see it for themselves. Or they can, and they're choosing the hard. I don't know. It's a nice one. But yeah, that support system, like what Zoe offers me, is phenomenal. Like, or maybe I am bringing the faith out in her because she's just kind of going by my lead.
Because you are, it's like your divine masculine and feminine energy. Like this is something that I'm learning with my marriage as well.
Yeah.
Like the feminine is there to receive and help support the masculine.
Yeah.
The masculine is there to give, and support her as well. So it's like it's like a divine.
Like then that's where I'm seeing the Trinity in it. Is you need that. Like there's days where I think without her I couldn't do any of this. Like she does so much background stuff, and it's like society's teaching you to play against each other and have this bad.
Yeah.
Being like toxic masculinity, and then also have a woman that works fucking all hours on and stuff. And it's about coming together and finding your strengths, and not just because, like I say, I don't do ironing. Someone jumping or listen to this podcast going, that bastard don't do whatever I want to do ironing. But I'm like, no, but I cook every night. Whereas, in my logistics in my house, I don't mind that happening. No, I enjoy cooking. She hates cooking. So no one's, when we start comparing other people's lives, and it comes that soap opera of like, they find the tools how to cause conflict. It's like, no, each relationship is complex, but it's how you work it together.
Yeah.
And it is coming to that agreement in it. And and I think that's where it burns you off from friendships.
100%.
And it pulls you to that point of where you know that, like, it's a strong bond.
I'm at that point now, and she won't mind if I say this, but if worst comes to worst, and like for whatever reason we split, which I know that's not going to happen. I know I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I know she'll be fine. And that's actually a really healthy place to be at as well.
Yeah.
For me, because there's that one point there where if I didn't know if I was going to have enough food for my kids, or pay rent or pay bills. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
And if she'd have turned around and said, "Liam, you need to go and get a job," I'd have done it.
Yeah.
I'd have gave up on my business, on my dreams. I'd have done it. But now, no.
Here at Disciples of Truth, we're proud to partner up with Charlie's Apothecary. Charlie's got some cracking products. I mean, cracking. And to start off with, it'd be cordyceps, and it's the first product I actually tried at Charlie's.
It's a dual extraction, and cordyceps is renowned for natural energy booster, helps fight diseases, and it's great for sex drive for those that care to wish, and, and you can wish. But no, on a serious note, I don't like if you're going to gym. If you've got low energy, I don't like the pre-workouts. This is great with a few drops of water. Swig it down, swirl it around your mouth, and off you go. And it can be aided throughout the day. And then the next product we've got is my personal favourite, is the four blended salts. Salts gets a really bad rap through propaganda and doctors saying that we overuse it, when it's not true at all. To get the best salts in is one of the most natural ways of getting all the essential minerals into your body flow. So I'd give it a go. And it has Salinas del Carmen salt that originates from the Canary Islands. Fuerteventura, if you really want to know. It's one of the highest grades that you can have. And then it's got another three blends to go with. And the next product we've got, it really doesn't need an introduction. It's Shilajit. You must see it everywhere. It's got 85 trace minerals. It's good for energy, mental health, and clarity. And this is sourced from the Himalayan mountains. And I've tried many different brands of Shilajit, and I'd put this at the top of the ladder. And it's really nice packaging as well. And then last but not least is the oregano. It's the triple extraction. This is good for boost immunity, gut health, lowers cholesterol, fights inflammation, it aids weight loss. And I've just personally used this. The house got some of his family members got sick, and it kept it off, and I haven't managed to get sick through it. Same again. Put in water, swirl around the mouth. Brilliant products. What you also get from these products is it's handcrafted. He puts a lot of time and effort, him and his team. It's UK only at the moment until it expands more. So it's only UK only, postage and packaging. What Charlie also does is he grows his own mushrooms. So we know that they're tried, tested, and they're also for freshness. So hit the link in the bio and go check out Charlie's new website. So all his range of products is on there, and there's something for everyone. So yeah, go check it out, guys.
I get what you mean. Like when I started out on this journey, we had the conversation with Zoe when like I went through my spiritual awakening. And there's just this overpowering thing that's telling me to go on this journey. I don't know what the fuck it is. But I'd already been through all the conspiracy stuff, and that says it's like that again. That says it's more. There's answers to this, and I don't know what it is. But you're either going to stay with me or we're going to grow apart. As much as I love you, like there's something in me saying I need to pursue this path. And it was funny enough, like a year later, I started listening to the scenes, and I were like doing what the scenes were doing. That's what it was something that they said. The request when it came in the minds, and they knew they had to follow this path. It says family members and stuff, and friends of theirs, to just be cut away because there was something higher calling them, and that's what's like. It's deep rooted in me, like you wanting to do this quest or whatever it is. Like you said, the fear, like you die on this journey. You know that, like, I know whether it's a physical death or versions of ourselves that have to keep on dying in order to progress, to make sure there's some harmony within your life and the people around you get to enjoy the fruits of your labour on that. I don't know what, you know.
Yeah, it's quite hard coming down here actually, like driving and just saying bye to my dad and my grandma and stuff, because I was just, they were under the impression that I was going to go back to America and I was all going to be fine, but I was just honest with them. I was like, no mate, like we're going to Thailand, and this is what's happening, and we don't know, and it's all right.
It bugs them out though, doesn't it?
Oh, proper.
Because they're like,
yeah,
they put themselves in their shoes, in their own shoes.
Yeah,
like,
I could see
what about
it.
this and what about that? And
yeah. But I was also okay with my own energy. Like, I am excited for this journey, mate. Am I scared? Yeah, a little bit. But I can't like go back. I can't stop this. Like, if I died now, which I don't want to, because I want to see my kids grow up and stuff. But I would be happy.
do you think it's the the thing with me is like we only get, to my knowledge, in this human body, I only get one crack at this. I don't want to live with regrets. That's, I think, when people are on the deathbed, like, oh God, I should have just changed my dream there. Because if it did, wheels come off, you land on your feet again.
And the crazy thing is, mate, is that time could be any time. Anytime.
Yeah.
And yet people, but it goes back to the ego keeping it safe, doesn't it? So you understand that because you've had like some kind of shift in consciousness, so you do understand that. And yeah, it's
crazy. But yeah, it's, for me, it's like, I couldn't live a stagnant life anymore. We're getting to the point of like, I look at other people now and I look how like they'll go to the same restaurants they've always gone to. And it's like every birthday will be the same. And I mean, we've done Christmas for the last 3 years here, and I went, I can't do it again this year. Like, I love it being around everyone, but we either change up house or go on holiday or do something different. I went, because like 5 years down, 5 years, yeah. Yeah, fucking love to. But in 5 years' time, how can you differentiate what year, which were which, if you've done the same thing? And that's how I think about life. Is how, you know, when people are like, oh, I can't think back, and I'm like, yeah, because you've lived the same life, you've copied and pasted the same week. Like, oh, we do shopping on Saturday. Oh, we do this. It's like, how can you do that?
And I've seen it with my own eyes. Like, I didn't, I've seen patterns. And I've been like, okay, that's a pattern. What does that mean? But then I've seen, like, witness with my own experience, with my own eyes, like, ancestral trauma play out. I've watched this person turn into, like, their dad or whatever, or their uncle. And I've seen it in, like, not just my life, in my wife's life. I've seen it, like, throughout, like, my whole family.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I love to flip, and I know this is like a interview with me kind of thing, or a podcast. For whatever reason, we have chose different, and all I can say is that I followed my heart. I just followed that emotion.
Yeah.
Against all societal pressures, because I was scared to go and meet my wife for the first time. I didn't want to get on the plane, but I was just like, no, like, it feels right.
Yeah. And look how it's worked out. It's worked out, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So each time that you have done it, it's worked out. Can you share the journey of your experiences or realizations led you to this transformation phase in your life?
Share my realization or experiences. Well, like I was saying, the realization I've had is when you follow your intuition and inner compass, which everyone has, we're really not alone.
Yeah.
Everyone, we all have our higher selves within us.
Yeah.
Like we were talking earlier, the relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
Is the relationship with God, the divine universe, whatever you want to call it. So we're never alone. So just what I've learned is when you do follow that, that subtle. Sometimes it can be very subtle. Sometimes it can be in your face. That is like being profound for me, and I'm like, I am starting to not just believe it, because I don't even agree with that word, but I know it. Like, I'm starting to know it now, just based on my own experience.
Yeah.
And I can say this to like my family members stuff, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, but I'm like, still, you actually go out there and listen and try it, and even when it's scary, you actually have no idea. So that, I hope that makes sense. Probably went off a little bit.
No, it does. It's but people are so close-minded. They've closed their mind off to many possibilities, aren't they, through all that?
Like that. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, mine is like a parachute. It doesn't work if it's not open.
And that's just the ego, because they're afraid, man.
Yeah.
Like, they're afraid. And it's all right,
So yeah, it's hard. Because like I keep on changing. She's like, I just stay as you are for a bit. I'm like, I'm not finished. Like, I know that I'm not finished. I don't go on these whirlwinds to be outlandish or like a peacock and trying to fucking show off. I'm like, I'm just not where I need to go. I've seen where I'm going to be going, but I've realised I've slowed it down. I can't get there all in one like hit. And it's like, yourself, and it's like, I am weird. Yeah, but weird means it's just not fitting in. Like, I'm not wanting to fit in with everyone else because the world's broken. You're not going to fucking change the world being the same as everyone else.
Which in itself is weird anyway, isn't it? Like, just...
Yeah, it is. And I want to be more in tune with stuff. Like, I want, with stuff like learning about, there should be 13 calendar months of each one, there should be 28 days. I want to go back to that calendar that's in with the lunar cycles, which is in tune with the woman's cycles, menstrual cycles. It's like, these are all natural things, but we've been taught about all the way from it. Like, I tried to wear organic clothing. I tried to go as close as I can with all that shaving that off. Trying to eat real food, like trying to get back into seasonal eating. Try to do all these little things that we've we've made life to this point where it's so complex and it doesn't need to be complex.
No.
We're ones who've strayed so far away, and there's only us who can rebalance it.
Yeah.
And it takes us making them decisions.
Yeah, if someone was getting frustrated, like a family member, I just basically said, coming here, I have noticed a lot of flags, mate, and it is great to see.
Yeah.
I love seeing all the, you should be proud of your country.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a bad thing to have your flag. And, with the marches and stuff, and, you can go on as many marches as you want and raise as many flags as you want, but, Tom and Mary down the road's going to go to work the next day and just continue doing it what they do. But until people, until you take action, which I think I'm doing now, I'm trying my best, I'm following my heart.
Yeah.
Everyone has that ability.
Yeah.
Everyone.
It's
just a question, do they want it or not? Are they going to take action on it or not?
It's a really difficult one at the moment because I look at the energy that's stirring up in people, like all the immigration and stuff. I totally get it. Like, it is diluting culture. But it's government. I always ask people, like, government. I'm like, who's posting all shit on fucking all these news channels? It's the first thing that get up. Who owns all that? I'm like, it's the government who owns media. I'm like, it's government. I'm like, have you ever heard of the ants in the jar? Red ants and the black ants in the jar. They all get along harmoniously until someone shakes the jar and then start killing each other. Like, that's us.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
They just like to shake you all up.
Yeah.
When I was talking to some friends, they're like, yeah, I went, look at your body as you're telling me about this. I'm like, do you think more fucking war or you getting angry at that other race? You don't even know you don't know their background. Like, they're going to be just as angry with you because they think you've bombed their families, which it was government. I says it's just the same puppet master playing the same game, and it's going to end up with you two losing lots of your own family where they just fucking laugh away and win and bring in policies that you didn't want to bring in. It's all about cause the problem and running with the solution, and it works every fucking time. Hegelian dialectic.
And I love what you said there because you brought up culture. And, me personally, I know we're from a little bit of a different era. I don't know what British culture is.
I do, it's just drinking it. It's drinking cocaine. So this is what I'm trying to say to my friend up there. Like, what are you all fighting for?
Yeah.
Like, what is British culture? Like, it's cups of, for me, if someone asked me, it'd be like cups of tea, soaps, fucking beer and getting on it, and football, cricket maybe and stuff, but and rugby. But
so that tells
fish and chips. Sorry.
Yeah, fish and chips. Full English.
Yeah, full English.
We need to make our own culture, man.
My dad was from like a rough street in Leeds, and he said it was rough, but he said everyone had each other's backs. Like, the community was strong. That's what we haven't got. So the culture does need, for me, it does need a reset. It does need, I'm not saying, but it's going to take everyone to get along and love thy neighbour. That's something that I've had to learn with when we've moved in this house. We weren't necessarily getting along with everyone. Now, like, we're going to have to get along with who we live next door. The people who would look after us house when we're not here, and we'd be doing vice versa. Why would you want to cause that kind of environment for you and your kids, and for them, where they get angry every time they see you and start off them triggers? And I understand what that means by whether it came from the Bible anyway, but love thy neighbour. We should all love thy neighbour. Like, why would we want to come home and argue every night? Or it just don't make sense to me.
No. That's something that I have noticed, by the way, being here, is just the amount of separation. Everyone's bickering and arguing amongst themselves when like we should, we're all one, man.
It's the rat race. And I heard it on the Nice Self podcast. It said, even if you win the rat race, you're still a rat.
Yeah.
It's like, what the... But that's what everyone is. It's like chasing the Jones. It's, keep up with the Joneses and all the rest of it. And it's about experiences and making sure. I think what we're all bothered about, and I think a big part of what I'm trying to do and what you're trying to do is make sure that your kids have the next generation have a good life.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that the environment that we're in is healthy for them to be in, and not so they're sat on tablets at home where you think it's safe.
And how do you think that starts? It starts within ourselves, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
No, it's all right.
I'm not, because we got caught off guard.
It's all right.
The last minute thing.
I can make some elevator sounds if you want.
Go on, do it.
Stay tuned. Be right back after the break.
How do you define faith in your life? And what practices or mindsets do you believe are essential for cultivating it?
You've come up with some good questions here.
From within.
What just came to mind there? Perception?
Yeah.
Is the glass half full or half empty? And that is so powerful because we have the ability to change that whenever. And I've heard, this is another thing that came in my mind because, I'm in England, I've been around family, the stuff that's come up. I've heard from so many people, oh, that's just how it is, or I'm this age. I'm like, your brain doesn't recognise how old you are.
Yeah.
You're getting triggered and angry over getting caught up in traffic and from probably being a kid, and your body doesn't recognise that if that was like 30, 40 years ago, 30, 40 seconds ago, or whatever. So you can change in an instant. You can change your perception like in a second.
Yeah.
So that's what I would answer that is perception is so powerful.
It's because so many people are shut off mind or like who would, I don't know. When I start to talk to people now, I'm like, why how come you see things differently? I'm like, because you've got to change internally.
It's fear.
You've got to start also like, that's why I think internet has been a great tool for me, is listening to other podcasts, listening to other people who have different mindsets and like, oh, that's a brilliant way to look at things. I didn't look at it that way. And it does change your perception to go, oh, like, I love Gary Vee and stuff like
It's fear. And the funny thing is as well, like, through my own experience, I've worried, I still worry, a lot.
Yeah.
It still works out. So all that worry, I could have been doing something different with it. I could have been transmuting it. I could have been thinking positively to it. And then, then what would have happened?
Worrying is worshipping your problems. I tried telling my dad that, alright, you're going through it fucking not once, you're going through it 100 times because that's what your mind's doing. It's working out all the ways that it goes wrong. I would try to say to my friend the other day, like, can you imagine if, like, next time your mind did that and you were thinking about a certain situation, like, all the ways it could go wrong, just flip it on its head and then think of 6 or more ways it can go right. Pretend you've got all them outcomes, you put them in a deck of cards in your hand, you shuffle it, and then you just throw them to the side.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not bothered what outcome comes, but it's like something on that path, and just watch something come out, rather than just clinging on to all these bad ones. Because I think that's what the human mind is. It's a magnet. It is a magnet to the outcomes. Like, the more that we lock on that it's going to be all bad, it will be all bad. Like, whatever way we see it, it will come out that way in some shape or form. Just not the absolute way that we see it. So we manifest to a certain extent, but I don't like to go into, we get exactly what we want, do we?
Yeah. Get what you need, not what you want, I suppose. Yeah. But I do just quickly want to talk on that. Not so much the manifestation, but like the worrying. I've spent some really heavy emotions like these last few days, and that is, I think, so healthy, just to release all them emotions, in a healthy way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, go and punch someone, whatever, but, go out on a walk or whatever you need to do that's healthy to let it out.
Yeah.
And then just surrender. Because I find when I surrender, that is when, the universe really just says, come on, son. Like, here we go.
What's your perceptions of the universe, and then God? How do you see God, or what is it? How you see it?
I see God. I suppose I don't really know. I'll give you an explanation of how I see it. So God.
I always find it interesting to know other people's perspective of it.
Generate, operate, destroy. The letter O. That's like it's like a perfect circle, man. It's like balance.
Yeah.
You can't have generation and destruction without the middle ground. And to me, that's why honouring this vessel, which is the relationship with God, is so important. Because if I can be balanced, I know I can, that's harmonious. Because balance is harmony, and this reality, it is a harmonious reality, even though people might not think it is, but it is. From my experience,
100%. Just as you've been saying it today, like I normally fast when we do the podcast, and today, like I've had something to eat, and I don't know eat cheese. I've cut out cheese for a long time, and I've had that, and I've fucking felt my breathing get heavy through it. And it's again honouring the temple. You shouldn't be eating foods that you know that aren't good for you, because it's stopping the natural flow. So if it's stopping the natural flow from down here, and your body's working over, it's leaving less mind power to generate as well, isn't it?
What do you think about this? Whatever you eat, if you get like good energy behind it, like, oh, I'm gonna have a chocolate bar now, but I deserve a chocolate bar. It's all right. This is just, what is this anyway?
Yeah.
Like, I love chocolate.
I think it's all right to, for me, with that, if you can just have a chocolate bar and say, yeah, I deserve it, that's fine. Like, but if you're one of them, like I've been in points where if I've had a chocolate bar, I've just gone on a massive binge. But I've got under control at the moment, which I'm happy with. But I know that I've got to find tweak stuff. I've got to just eat less. I know that I'm gonna go to probably eat once every other day. I know that I can do it. I think this is when I'm looking around society now, and people think that they're gonna fucking drop dead if they go fasting for 2 days, and they're carrying around an extra 4 stone. Like, your body will intuitively start eating that fat. That's what it's been there. Same as mine. I've never been able to get rid of that gut, but I know now I'm gonna have to start doing them 72-hour fast every week. So where the point of it is, I start asking my body to eat into it, because you essentially, who's the person who's programming your body? It's you.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling your cells what for it to do. If you start intentionally telling your body to do that, I know that bodybuilders do it when they're doing weights. They'll intentionally put all their energy onto their biceps, and they did a study, didn't they, with some people that just meditated on it, and their biceps got bigger than the ones that didn't.
Really?
Yeah. Just through attention of so that story telling you the mind power, the neuroscience behind it, that we are gods in the flesh. We just don't know. We're scared of our own capabilities.
Yeah, and I think when we're so identified with the ego and the human experience, like if we do decide to eat the chocolate and then the McDonald's, and we know that was bad for us, then in a sense, what is the emotional energy behind that? Is it shame? Well, that's going to manifest as disease. It could be manifest as weight or, cancer or whatnot. And that's a beautiful thing about fasting, is that you've got the weight loss, but you've also got all of those other benefits as well.
Yeah, it's your stem cells turning back online, and it's eating all the bad cells away. What I think naturally, once I've been speaking about with Sam, because I've been told not to eat meat. I know intuitively I shouldn't eat meat. My body kicks out bad smells after doing so. Even my sweat smells differently. All the signs are there, and I get really bad acid reflux from it.
Yeah.
So my body's acid reflux from it.
Yeah.
So my body's intuitively telling me we can't deal with this. Yeah, it tastes nice. I've revisited it back. But when you start going against yourself, the universe within you will start to magnetize. Like when you're not being impeccable with your word, your outer world will start to go to chaos because you're conducting shame and guilt, and you're reflecting that back out, and you're gonna just draw in these lessons of the universe and go slap you to shit. You're gonna get back on your fucking odds, back on track.
Yeah.
And it's your choice. You can either get consumed by it and be the victim of like, whoa, it's me. But you unfortunately, fortunately, you have the awareness to get the fuck out of it. It's your choice if you want to progress. It's like when you played it on the computer game, Tomb Raider or whatever you used to play on as a kid. You have to do certain things to go past for certain levels. You can't just go to the next one without doing certain things. And it's that letting go.
It's funny, isn't it? It's like all of these things that are like good for us, like exercising, eating healthy, meditation and stuff. The ego makes it hard sometimes. Well, a lot of the times it just doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But it's so good for us.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't remember the word for it. It's not discipline. Because I don't like the sound of discipline. It's like, it's part of like honouring yourself or treating it as like worship or like a ritual. You know, if you know what I'm saying.
I think what's come around in this generation is the dopamine hits have been far greater, far easier, accessible through online shopping, whether it be eating, whether it be drugs, whether it be alcohol, we're smoking your vape, smoking. All these things are so much easier than getting your ice baths, meditating. Like, they're all things that you've got to do in stillness or really go and take yourself to the grind to do these like workouts. Whereas all them other things are so easy. And what you look around in society and that's what people are all doing. And you wonder why they're all sick, but it's and scrolling. That's been so hard for me. In fact, it's always just showed me a post the other day, and we've just tried it out, and it works. You can change your screen to all black and white, so it has no colour on it at all, really? And it works because it's just like it makes you appreciate life more. Because when you stare at the screen, it's just black and white, and when you're looking out, everything looks more beautiful. I've tried it for a week, and my screen time's gone down 2 hours each day. So
yeah.
It's just little things you can do. I mean, I don't even want an iPhone. I just want away with it.
So where we were staying at, I know we're at my mum's for a couple of days before we head out on the next venture, but we were staying right on the coast. No signal there whatsoever. So I've done pretty much like a month. Just not.
How will
that? Easy. Yeah. Same. My iPad broke as well, so I haven't even been able to work.
Cool.
Still been making money passively, but I miss that. I miss the creativity side of it.
Yeah.
But it's also been nice because I've just been really taking everything in.
Yeah.
You know.
See, I'd like to be on a point where I just have a 3210, where you could ring me. I don't have a problem with that, all the other texts, but not be so dialed in all the time.
Yeah.
That's what I've found within myself of having a break off social media, actually posting stuff. It's like I felt like, is this message to get out there, or is like this algorithm that we're trying to feed to get up the ranks on it? Is that also a part of tying you down, like energetically? Are you moving forward, or I was caught in this double bind of consistency will get you there wherever you want to go, but also I needed some time off to reflect of like, is this what I'm really supposed to be doing, or am I tying myself more into this validation program and trying to be this person, but trying to get the message out and do good? Like, you're caught in this dodgy little parallel.
It just goes back to honouring the self, doesn't it? It's like, if it feels like it's work, or it's not fun. It's like me. I can draw like all the time. Like I can draw like 24/7.
Yeah.
That is my meditation. I'm just like, I can draw for hours and hours, but if there's a time where I don't want to draw, that can be hard, but can be good for me. By the way, I'm also so tired, so I'm probably not making much sense. Like, what am I even going on about now? Ask me another question.
No, that's cool though, isn't it? Like, well, Because this is another thing for people who meditate, or like saying they can't meditate. Meditation for me, like, is sat still, or I like a meditative state for me also is building, creating stuff with my hands. I love that.
Yeah.
When I'm building something new, or like when you're drawing, and I think people all picture that you're cross-legged, and which I also like to do.
Yeah.
But people who can't do that, I'm like, there is meditative states you can tap into without doing that. It's finding something that you enjoyed as a kid. Like, I even did it with Archie's, like, get out a colouring book and just get out some colours and colour.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're following it lines, I'm like, there's something therapeutic for me because it takes me back to childhood. And then your mind just switches off anyway and brings out some new thoughts.
I don't know why there is this general consensus, like where I've talked to particularly other men about meditation who are like, "Oh, that's not for me." I'm like, "Have you tried it?" Oh, yeah, for like 5 minutes. I'm like, "Why? What didn't you? Why? What didn't you like about it?" He was like, "Oh, I just couldn't. Like, I just can't sit there and do nothing and try not to think of anything." I'm like, "No, like, you're actually like you're not meant to just like ignore your thoughts. You're just meant to just observe them. Like, just look at them, just sit with them." Especially the hard ones.
Yeah.
You know, because our body is like perfect. Like, you know, when we sit with like deep, like, you know, horrible thoughts, if we just witness them for so long, our body will heal that. They'll dissolve. They will dissolve.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah, and I think once you quieten them out, like, there's some serious stuff that comes up.
Yeah.
Things that you didn't even know were there because you haven't had time because you like being a busy idiot. And I was saying the other day like, when I first got into meditation, I'd run around on the morning and I'd like, God, say this, I need to get my meditation in, and then go. And I've also seen people who do yoga, where you see them at yoga mat and they're running down the street, and we're all, I mean, this is me as well. You're completely fucking up the whole mentality of what mindfulness is and meditation. Like, you're not supposed to sprint.
Yeah.
Build your nervous system up into an absolute fuck up, and then try to sit there all in stillness like you're some Dalai Lama.
This is like quite funny. This, like, when I was like into meditation, like heavily into meditation and stuff. I used to like. It's funny looking back, but I used to like wake up like early, like 4 in the morning or stuff, and like, you know, meditate. And after I meditated, I'd instantly go make a coffee, and I'd be like, right, and then to work and stuff. But it's just I'm a lot different now. I just slow it down now, man. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm not perfect by no means, like, at all.
Have you found that, like, I've noticed recently, practices that were working 2 years ago aren't working, like, and it doesn't, I aren't doing.
Yeah. I haven't meditated, like, me personally, and I know it's good for me. But intuitively, I'm okay with not doing it. I haven't meditated, like, sat down. I tell a lie, I did it yesterday.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it's been since the entire time.
I did it last night for these questions. They all came in, like, in 20 minutes.
Did that?
Yeah, I fell asleep and then woke up and and that is first time I've done that in a while.
Yeah.
That's when my best questions come from it anyway. Yeah.
See, I set this intention of like coming to England on this massive quest. I'm like, right, I'm gonna meditate every day and do this and that. Well, actually, the intention that I really set was whatever I get from coming here, I know it's going to be growth, and that's exactly what has happened.
Yeah.
And I know I've not completely, because we all come off the boat, you know.
Yeah.
You know, with practices and whatnot. I know I'll get back into it. But it's just, I think that's another thing as well. When you don't do it, don't be harsh on yourself. You know, because that you're not doing anything there. You know, don't be harsh on yourself, and just recognize that you're just a human. And yeah.
What's your biggest takeaway then that you've had from the UK coming back?
Oh, I just get. Oh, yeah.
Not done a kebab.
No, I get emotional then. It was something my wife said to us. She said it like a few weeks ago. She just said I've been looking for love in all the wrong places, and I have.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that, man.
No, it's good. But it's made me realise, you know, I've got an amazing family here, and an amazing wife, 2 kids, And that really hit home. I was like, wow, because part of me wanted to come back for nostalgic purposes. And I think, speaking honestly, I thought I was going to stay here.
Yeah.
Come back and stay here. Family were going to show up and that.
Open arms and all that.
Yeah. But as a caveat of that, I've been, really had some really great talks with people. My mum, bless her, she's, going through something, but she's been showing up as best as she can. And I really think everyone is.
Yeah.
In their own way. But I'm not attached to it anymore.
Yeah.
Which is kind of beautiful. Because I think I was attached.
Yeah.
Because it's my home, but is it? Because my home it can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Now. So.
Yeah, I think it's getting used to that as well, and it's like as long as you've got your tight knit unit, home is where you place it anyway. As long as you're comfortable, and I think it's getting comfortable with yourself, getting comfortable in being uncomfortable. Like that's what a lot of people are coining the phrase when you're doing exercise and your body's growing. But I think that also it works just with your mind, like wherever you're gonna be, just get comfortable with it. Don't be put off that you're in a new building or a new place or like a new environment with people that aren't from that culture. Like if you just open and still and you bring that steadiness to it, people will be opened up to you anyway.
Yeah.
And it's about creating that environment from within, really, isn't it?
And I think we really thrive being uncomfortable as humans. I think we're meant to be.
Yeah.
Because you're detaching from that ego, desire, safety, and you're trusting in something else.
It brings that vulnerability to yourself as well, doesn't it? Like that you're more open to more experiences because you're not running the same program of like we all do it, don't we? So, like you do once you're in the same place, it's run on the same program. It becomes this mundane thing, and then you shut yourself off to. Like I've been overstretching recently to like do so much work, and I'm like. It dropped in another podcast that I listened to. It says every time you're overstretching, you're creating no room for new experiences. Like there's no openness. Like you're just smothering yourself because you're saying to the universe that you have to do all these jobs or to get all these tasks done in this certain amount of time. So it leaves no available window for anything spontaneous to happen. I thought that was quite fitting.
Yeah, I'm going to take that away with our next adventure because obviously I want to provide and get in the workload and this and that and the other, but really I don't have to do anything.
No. Well, that's what the guy was saying. He says like he only did like 48 hours a week, and he says other times I'll go put myself in like I'll be working out in certain places. I'll change my environment. He says, and I pray and I ask God to put people in my path and or me to be of service. And he went, it's not failed me yet. It's like once you're open to that, it opens up to you.
Yeah.
It's only us who close us all off, and that ego mind is like, oh, we can do it on my terms and my way, and then he goes, all right, yeah, that's how it's going to be. Like, struggle on, my friend.
Yeah. What a journey it is, man.
No, it's interesting. I'm going to ask you the last question. What's the hardest truth you've had to swallow?
Oh, that is an hard question. All of these questions have been good though. The hardest truth that I've had. You can't change people by force. I think it's probably. I've heard that. That's a common thing.
Yeah.
You've had a shift in your own.
Oh, I tried it, yeah.
We all do, don't we?
Yeah. But then you're like, the only way you can do it is by being the embodiment of what you say you're going to be. And people automatically start to get inquisitive of what you're doing because they can see that you're building something good. When you're just telling people how to live their lives, they're going to tell you to fuck off. I know I would. If someone came up and went, yeah, mate, you're living wrong, you need to do it this and this way, you just go, fuck off. I don't want that. And that's... and I was trying to do that in another way. I was trying to do it in a nice way, but still, it's been overextended and a bit Mr. Know-It-All. No one likes a Mr. Know-It-All, does it?
Yeah, I think that's part of the journey, isn't it? It's like you have this like different shift, and then you're like, look, everyone, and some people, dare I say, a lot of people just like aren't ready for it. It's just too much, too fast, and it can be shit scary for them, and it's kind of that is the hardest thing for me, especially with loved ones. But it's okay now. It was hard, but now I'm like, it's all right.
You can't save everyone.
No.
They don't even try. Like, if you can... What I try to do now is... Cause I've done it so many times where I tried to give advice and they don't want to listen. No. They've got to do it through their own experience. And if they ask you for an opinion, give them it. But otherwise, just keep you fucking... I've had to do it.
You have to be very conservative with your energy, haven't you?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've also got to speak your truth. Unless... Because you might dishonour yourself. So it's like, there's a balance there with everything.
That's the hard bit, innit? That middle ground. That's what I've been working through recently. Is where do people get told boundaries? Where do I speak my truth without also being in the midst of putting too much energy into it and getting caught in a conflict? And that's been very hard. And then also seeing where, if there's some ego in me that wants to have part control, or is it, no, you're taking piss? And finding them middle grounds. See, really trying to unpick where certain stuff comes from. And that's been very hard. Because you do get there is traits that we've all taken on. I know that I've got some that I'm still working on now. The data, as people like to label it, the dark data. So I've definitely got some shadow work to do. But you don't know until you start seeing it reflected by others as well.
Yeah. And you can, when it comes to like honouring yourself, if you would just peace and love with everyone, and to the point of your own detriment, where evil does exist in this world, that you will be taken advantage of in some way. So you do have to create these boundaries and have that balance in yourself. And what I found, especially around the little ones, because they don't know, so that's
they're very impressionable, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right. Is there anything that you'd like to leave the listeners with?
I guess just a message to everyone. I suppose just follow your intuition, because we all have this in a compass. And like me and you, Craig, we were talking before, it is a very lonely journey, having this shift in consciousness and perspective, awakening, whatever you want to call it. It can be very lonely, but you're not alone, because we've all got our higher selves watching us, our inner compass. And because I know a lot of people are struggling, man.
I think
people need to hear that.
Yeah, everyone, and I think even I know one of my dark soul fucking things is I make a lot of judgment on people, early judgment. I think it's to protect myself, but also there's bits of me to say that I'm right about certain stuff. But when you actually ask people, and I always know when someone's got off with people, and when you actually ask them, and it always comes out a different way, like, and then you're like, people are fighting battles that you don't know fuck all about. Yeah. Have a bit of compassion. Yeah. Like, you don't have it all sewn up just because he's walking funny head. He's like, diet's all out of fucking whack through his own choices, but because he's dealing with all this other stuff, and it's his emotional crutches to eat that food or whatever, or it might be drink. Yeah. But you don't know them battles, and you can't just pick it off outside and like start picking on people, because we're not going to get anywhere by outing each other. No. And it is about, I think this stage of life that we're in at the moment it's about trying to educate people in the right way rather than shaming people. Yeah.
It's exactly like, I suppose, how you would raise your children. You don't dominate, you regulate. And it starts with yourself. Starts with yourself. I think that's how we really make change. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy Thailand, and then we can have we'll do a live next time, or hopefully we can get over to Thailand. That'd be mad. That'd be good though.
We'd love it, might have to hit you up.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure meeting you, mate. I'm glad I came down and met you in person.
Spot on, man. Thank you.